So, assuming everybody's ready to go, we will begin. So, we're going to start today, as we usually do, opening our architectural template. So, have your Archi template open. Well, just open up anything. Yeah. So you know you have your Archi template open. It should look like this. And when you draw something, say I just go to draw a line.
Wait, in the model space? Or
It doesn't matter. You draw anywhere. I just want to point out that it's asking me to enter stuff in feet and inches. So that's our English format. And that is our Archi or architectural template. So we're going to draw in our model space. It's a little bit easier here. And today is all about arcs. Who can tell me what an arc is? Yeah, it's just basically part of a circle. So a circle is all the points around a specific point. An arc is just a portion of that. And as you recall, what were there? 6 different ways of drawing a circle. I think there's like 9 or 10 different ways of drawing a arc. So there's a few different ways of launching our arc command. You can simply type A is the shortcut for it if you're too lazy to type in ARC, which is the full command. So A or ARC launches our arc command. We also have it available here on our toolbar. And when you click on your down arrow here on the arc, it's going to show you all the different kinds of arcs we can do here. So this continue one doesn't really count. We won't count that. But all these others, so what is this? 10 different ways of drawing an arc. So our first one is, I'm just going to start with 3 points. So I'm going to go PO for point, and I'm just going to draw, I'm going to get rid of my grid here. I'm just going to just type in 3 points here at random. Another one, here's another one. So let's say I want to draw an arc that goes perfectly through these 3 points. So before, our only way of doing that is we would draw a 3-point circle, and that would draw a complete circle, and then we'd trim it away. But in this case, we can actually just do a 3-point arc. I'll do that. And arcs are always drawn in CAD counterclockwise. So you want to go the opposite direction that a second hand moves on a clock, or all the hands move on a clock. So I'm going to click here first.
Why is that?
I'm going to go over here. Why do we go counterclockwise? Yeah. I don't know. They just had to pick something.
Is it on the board?
So you'll notice I've clicked on my first 2 points, and so now, however I move my my cursor, it's going to go through those 2, and then when I click on my 3rd point, now I have a perfect arc that touches all 3 of those points. Now let's do our next kind of arc underneath it, which you're going to specify a start point, a center point, and an end point. So let's say we have, why don't we draw a rectangle? Yes, any rectangle you want. And let's say we want to put an arc that goes from this point to this point, and we want the center point of that arc to be at the bottom of our rectangle here. So we go start, center, end. So again, thinking that our arc is going to draw counterclockwise, we're going to go click here as our first start point. Then our center point, we'll say is this midpoint here at the bottom. And then you'll notice now it's starting to draw our arc as we go, and we want to snap it all the way to the end here, and we should have a perfect arc. So as long as you selected the midpoint there, it should give you a perfect arc with the center point of that arc being at the midpoint at the
What
bottom.
if press at the center of the top?
I did center. If you did the top, then it's going to give you, a half circle on the top here. In fact, I can't move that. So oddly, as we go throughout the year, you're going to run into different situations where you have to draw arcs, and you're going to have to think about where's my start point, end point, and other things. So let's say we wanted to draw an arc that we had a start point, a center point, and then an angle. So I wanted an arc to start here, I wanted the center point to be here, and I just wanted to go up 22 degrees. So I'm going to go start, center, angle. So again, here's my start point where I want my arc to start. I'm going to specify my center point. You can do anything, but I'll just specify this point here on the corner. And then now, looking at our command line here, we can see it's asking us to punch in an angle. So I'm going to say an angle of 22 degrees. And so now I have an arc, begins right here, center point is right here, and it's a perfect angle here of 22 degrees. So if I were to draw a line from here to this point and measure that, it'll give me a perfect 22 degrees here. Oops. It's a little large,
24
but
or 20?
I think I said 22.
Oh. 22.
So looking at all these, they're all basically as they say. So start, center, and length. And if you hold your mouse over it, it kind of gives you a bit more detailed description here. So here I can pick a start point for my arc, say I want my center point here, and then pick a length of how long I want this arc to go here. So if it's supposed to arc, say, 10 feet, I could go 10 feet. And now if I were to dimension this, I'll see that my distance, actually I have to do a aligned dimension here. I'll see that this is exactly 10 feet. Zoom out a little bit here. So ones underneath it, start, end, and angle. Again, you just pick your start point, your end point, and then the angle that you want your arc to be. Start, end, and direction is just for different directions. Start, end, and radius. So I want my start point to be here. I want the end point to be here. And then I can go through and actually set my radius. So say I want a radius of 5 feet. Actually, it won't let me do that. How about 15 feet?
Which one are you doing?
15 feet.
So
So this was
and
start, end, and radius. So I just picked a random start point and end point, and then I punched in a radius of 15. And sure enough, if we go in and measure our radius, 15 feet. Yep.
mine doesn't work like that.
Which one did you try to do? Start, end, and radius?
Yeah, and it's just like a bit curved. This is
So you have to make sure that your radius is larger than your start point and end point, otherwise it won't arc at all, if that makes sense. And make sure you're using feet instead of inches.
Feet is 2, right? Just 1.
What's that?
Feet.
Feet is 1, yeah. Feet is 1, inches is 2. and then here a center point with a start and an end. So again, center point and then start and end. So all of these seem extremely similar, but there's little subtle differences, and you'll find as you're drawing, you actually have to pick the right type of arc to draw. Sometimes there's multiple ways of drawing it, so you can use different ones, but depending on where you want to start and click and what information you'll have to choose the right tool to do the job. And let's see. The only other thing you need to know, so I said that arcs are always drawn counterclockwise. I kind of lied because you actually do have the option. Say I want to go from right to left. You'll notice in my command it's saying specify the radius of the arc, or you can hold the control to switch directions. So holding your control button, you can actually now go different ways. So you can see how that is redrawn. So as you hit control, it's going to flip your arc on the other side. See how I'm doing that?
What arc was it?
What's that? What arc? I just did start, end, and radius. So again, arcs are, the default is drawn counterclockwise. If you hold down your control button, you can then switch the direction to draw arcs clockwise, which is the direction a clock turns. And that's pretty much it. So today's assignment, I will hand out by hand. I don't quite have enough copies for everybody, so a few of you will have to share.
What time? Or do you